So this is going to be bad news for the blowhard philologist I did a video about previously, because he went full Tropic Thunder, man, full Tropic Thunder. Here is the video that you can watch if you wish, and the pinned comments are all of his. So I'm going to just highlight just one to demonstrate his ignorance. Stunning. So he thinks that medicine is an anal suppository that has been drenched in medicine. That's what he says. Now, I did a previous video about rectal application of medications in antiquity, so you should watch that if you have an interest. Okay, so here are the interactions. But first, I want to show you some of the pejoratives he hurled. It's beautiful. What are these three options you listed in incoherent Greek? Now, here are the three options right here. These are the three options of medications that I delivered to him. I'll explain that in a little while. You can say, using the pejorative, just can't help himself, your comments are incoherent. He says, you listed incoherent Greek and you're equally, what did he say over here? He said, you are, oh, come on, dude. You're illiterate in Greek and you're subliterate in English. Speaking of medicine, the blowhard says, I hope you're able to find some that helps you. So what I highlighted here is everything that came right out of the LSJ. That, is his deal. So I said, if I'm blatantly wrong, what type of drug was the krokos? Was it a plaster, a drinkable, or a Christ? So he has no idea what I'm talking about, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. It's very, very obvious. So you got to break it down. So you see what I did there. I blew up this guy right here, and here it is. You are clearly illiterate in Greek and subliterate in English. Yes! Well, so is this guy when it comes to the pharmacon. Now, I think he's just, this is probably a fake philology guy hiding behind a name like they all do. So this is from the video that he reacted to. Remember I said True Blue, LSJ? True Blue, LSJ. So, collodion preparation in Jesus' time. It's a medical salve. Pharmaca, Christa. So we go over to the pharmacon. Where's my pointer? That disappeared. Does this thing go away? Oh, shoot, I want that. I want this. What the heck? Sorry. Not going to stop. Okay, so this is the pharmacon. And you can see the drugs. Drug. Christ. This Christ is a drug. Here. Pharmaca Christan. A Christing drug. That's what it says. And we know it can be used for sex. Christings can be used for sex. As in where? As in Phaedra. Where's Phaedra? Yeah, Phaedra right here. This is Euripides, Hippolytus. Medicine, John 9. Suicide. That would be, where is suicide? Right here in Strabo, where Cleopatra killed herself with a poisonous Christing. And then Jesus tells us in Revelation 3:18 to increase tus ophthalmus suena blepes. So these are examples of the medications. Outwardly application. Medications outwardly. Now, they didn't do a whole lot of inwardly explanation here. Potions. Well, I'll show you in a couple seconds what I'm talking about here. I'm going to give you a very simple breakdown. So, again, I asked him, I said, what medication is it? Now, I didn't put down the edible drug because I forgot how to spell it. So lucky us, right? So I said, here are the three types of drugs. Was it suppository, a plaster, a drinkable, or a salve, a Christ? He goes, wrong, incomplete, incorrect. You're a broken record and a crank. That's all from the master. Because he thinks that an anal suppository is the fourth category of medication from the pharmacon. Well, here they are. So preparation H, what is it? It is an ointment. Really, it's more like a salve, right? So ointments, salves, creams can be medicated. If they're medicated, they are called Christa, that are then rubbed in or smeared on, right? Enchrysted or epichrysted. So you can have, really, ointment didn't appear until 1300, so it's better to say cream or salve, because the word ointment screws people up. Unless you want to say 10 million Americans woke up this morning and anointed their anuses with preparation H. An ointment applied to the anus. Anointing the anus is what that means. So here are the four categories. It can be outwardly, so salve, ointment, cream. It can be a plaster, right here, cataplasta. And it can be inward, brosima, or pota, drinkable. Those are the four categories. What does this guy think? I asked him, I said, well, which kind of drug is it? He said, wrong. Number 4 is a suppository. What an idiot, right? What a fool. What a fool. Look at him. All his name calling and bravado and bullshit. And this philology guy, who's probably not a real philologist. Because if you were and you had any science in your mind at all, you would check these things. This is the 4th. It's an edible drug. Pharmakon brosima. How did this guy not know this? Because he's a blowhard. And these guys, as Hillman said correctly, they are clueless when it comes to the pharmakon. It's quite amazing. So let's look at the word suppository. So this is from Science Direct. This is not like some, health food store place or some, spiritual bookstore. The word suppository is derived from the Latin suppositorum, which means something placed beneath. A pessary. So you look at today, pessary is kind of like used for like a vaginal uterine prolapse type stuff. But back then, it was interchangeable with suppository, a vaginal suppository. Vaginal suppository. So if we go to the LSJ, right, we go to the Greek English lexicon that philologists and Bible scholars tell us to go to. Here's what we are told about a pessary. What's it called? It's called a collodion. Pessary. So this is a suppository. Oh, look, collodion can also be a salve. Oh, you little pellet here, right? So salve. So if you add water to it, it'll become savvy or liquidy. If it's solid, it'll be a pellet. Up the pooper it goes. You see? This guy is so friggin' clueless. He has no idea what he's talking about. So collodion is what Jesus told us in the Greek to put in our eyes so that we may see. So here we are. Here we are. So this is what Jesus said in Revelation 3:18. I know your deeds. I know your deeds. We'll go right down to here. You are wretched, pitiful, poor, blind, and naked. I counsel you to buy from me collodion and chrysetus ophthalmus suina blepes. Well, if it's an entheogen, like say mandrake or poppy, then you would see uronos. It would be like a shaman experience where you go down to South America or Central America and you look at yourself, right? That's what Jesus said in this part of Revelation. You do not realize that you are wretched. You do not realize. So to realize, you should take this drug to open your eyes. So you could apply entheogens to the eyes back then or the anus, right? So what could we do back then? We could take this collodion, right? We could take this collodion and increase tus proctos suina blepes.